Happy Monday, everybody. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Coming in live from Mexico City. So, yes, it was just so everybody knows. If I don't know if you follow me on social media, but we had a great time with some amazing people in Mexico City. I always say I love to travel and get in with the people because you just realize how beautiful people are all around the world. And it's this way in Mexico City. The people are so humble, so excited for opportunity, so gracious. It's fun being around. So had an amazing time there. I know Andrea has been over in Europe, tooling around, going all the places. So, but we love to kick off our day with you. So today is Andrea. Is it a word of the year for someone? It's
It's
not. Okay.
it's not. We've actually done all of the words that were turned into us. So if you have a word, turn it in. And now we're moving on to other words that people sent, but not necessarily their word of the year.
Send it over to Andrea if you've got a word that you want us to look at. Today's word is rapport, but before we get into it, Cindy White, Lisa McLaughlin, it is their birthdays today. I don't know if they're on the coach's corner. I know they watch in. I know Alan White tunes in a lot. So we hope they both have the most amazing day ever. And if they happen to jump on, we'll definitely let you know. So, rapport. Everybody got that word? You know what it is? I think we do. A lot of us. Rapport. It's a close relationship where people understand each other. They understand their feelings, they understand their ideas, and communication is very cohesive when there's rapport. So, what does it mean to have rapport? You just click with someone. Does anybody come to mind where you're just like, the first time I met that person, we just clicked. We just hit it off. We just felt. I want you to think back in your childhood. Which grandparent did you have that there was this amazing rapport? Right? I talk about my grandmother all the time, and my grandmother. I had such good rapport. Man, I would go in her home. I felt so comfortable around her. I just, you know what I'm saying? Have you ever had a friend that you're like, you can be apart for 5 months, and the day you come back together, it's like you're 12 years old running around again, right? You just don't, you just pick up where you left off. Rapport. So it's like, so here's why it's important. But I want you to think about this for yourself. Do you feel like that you're someone that creates rapport with people? And what I mean by that, see, we all have to give ourselves a self analysis, right? In order to grow, in order to develop. So are you closed off? Are you, when you walk in the room, do you stand to the side? Are you inviting? If someone comes to your home, do you make them feel like, hey, if they need a glass of water, go get you a glass of water. What is mine is yours. You know, would people say that about you? Would people say that about me? I think that's where we got to look at ourselves and go, are we a person of rapport, Marlene? Buffy? Like, I know Buffy is because she has like 40,000 people show up at her house every week. So, why is rapport important? Let me tell you. Number one, people do, I say this to my son all the time. People do business with those they know, they like, and they trust. Okay? These people that are going to, you got to advertise your products and your services. I mean, you just, in business, you got to have some form to let the world know where your products are. But that is not the key to long lasting business. It is love. It is support. It is people that are doing business with you that know you, they like you, and they trust you, and they will spend the rest of their life doing business with you. Or I had a guy one time in my business that said, I'm just going to start being brutally honest, just tell people how I feel about them. That didn't go so well. That didn't go so well for him. I'd highly recommend not doing that, because at the end of the day, people's got to know you. They got to like you, got to trust you, and they'll do business with you. That's why rapport is so big. Another thing that rapport is so big, it helps create stronger connections in both personal and professional. Like if people feel like, are you someone, if you know this already, if people calling you when they need you, they picking up that phone? Absolutely. I'm going to pick on Buffy this morning. She's got a ton of people that she's on their quick dial when they need her. Okay. I think about those 3 beautiful daughters. They're all the time reaching out. Those 2 sons she's got reaching out. So rapport is huge, professionally and personally. When you have rapport, people are more likely to listen to you, they're more likely to follow you, and they're more likely to trust you. So in saying all of that, now I'm going to move to Andrea, because she's going to talk about, okay, we're sitting here right now. We're either saying, yeah, I'm lacking in that skill a little bit. I need to go study rapport. But Andrea is going to talk about how do you build it, right? Because that's the more important thing. Andrea, I'll turn it to you.
Well, thank you, Coach. And I think this is a skill that you could teach. Like if there were classes on this, I think you would be a really good teacher on this. And I need to be a really good student. So we're all learning though. We're here to learn. I love people, but I got to work on this a little bit more. So first of all, I want to say thank you to Cynthia and Michelle who covered for us last week.
Oh my goodness.
One day was planned. One day was a hiccup. So
yes,
thank
Andrea,
you, ladies.
Can I say this? I sent them a message and told them thank you, but I do want to publicly acknowledge for people to step in and avoid, it is so appreciated, so grateful for all of you. But Cynthia and Michelle, thank you so much for stepping in. They're
Yes,
so
thank
gracious
you.
anytime we
Thank
need
you
it.
for that. And happy birthdays to the birthdays that we missed then. I know John, but there could have been somebody else. So we love you so much and happy birthday to everybody today. Alan, I saw you come on, so go squeeze Cindy. But the quote that I found was rapport isn't just about making friends. It's about making meaningful and lasting connections. And I think that's probably like if we were to go, have a little conversation with ourselves, what would we say we want more of? And I would say, I want more connections. I love people and I want to connect with people and I want to make a difference in their life. And the only way that I can do that is if I have that relationship built. So what I looked into is, okay, how do we build rapport? And first of all, we've got to be genuinely interested in people. So we've got to ask about them and not just sit there and talk about ourselves, because that awkward silence, it's like, okay, well, how do I fill this? Well, I can fill it with me or I can fill it with you. And if I want to build rapport, I've got to build it or fill that with more of you than me. And right along with that is to listen more than you talk. People love to be heard. And you ever think about that? Like when you've got that friend that when you go there and they will let you be the chatty Cathy in that moment and just kind of lay it all out to them, and they hear you and you're like, man, I love that person. It feels so good to be around them because they let you express yourself. So be that person for others. Find that common ground. Shared interests create instant connections. And we've kind of seen that. So my daughter and I, we have been working our way to find our team. We have a team over here in Romania. We finally made it here. And so we've been working our way across Europe. It feels like we have gallivanted everywhere. And every single place that we've gone, we've met people and we've worked really hard to find that common ground. What's something that we could connect with them on? Because we're foreigners in a strange land. And so finding that connection is really, really important. Next is to match their energy. And I love watching this in a crowd. Have you ever seen somebody that can walk into a room and they just feel the energy and they can match it wherever they go? Like if you talk to somebody and they're excited and they're all upbeat, and you go and you're excited and upbeat with them, they're going to feel more connected. But if they're calm, We've got to come in with that calm, like relaxed energy. And we can't be over the top in that moment, because then they're going to feel, they're going to pull away from us right then. Use their name. This is something that, if we're going back to win friends and influence people, that's one of the big ones. Use somebody's name, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it as much as you can without being creepy. Smile. I think about, walking through the grocery store, and when people give us that authentic smile, don't you feel a little bit more connected? And obviously in conversations and all of that, when we're smiling, when we're having that open, we're, I can't tell where my camera is, but if I'm up here like this, well, it's hard to build rapport, but if I'm open and I'm smiling, that helps me be more approachable, more connecting, give genuine compliments. I always talk about Kaylin, my daughter. She is so good at this because she notices things about people and then gives a real, genuine compliment to them. Oh, I love your smile. I love that ring. I love the way you asked me about, I love whatever. But she gives those genuine compliments, not flattery. We all know the difference. Like, that feeling when somebody kind of flatters you and you're like, oh, thank you. Like, I like the words, but the feeling behind it did not feel authentic. People can feel that with us. And then with that authenticity, people can feel when we're real. So be real with others, connect with them on that authentic level and not just that fake enthusiasm. And this is going to help us open up so many doors in our life to connections and relationships with people that maybe we didn't expect before we walked into that room. So that's what I had for you this morning, Coach. Hopefully this was a good one for you guys. And please send over those words. Arlene, you're amazing because you'll send me lists. And so everybody else get on Arlene's level and send us those words, because it makes our life so much better to give you something back when it's something that you're looking for. So thank you for this
Andrea,
one today.
it was a great word this morning. I'm just to reflect on myself. So I hope everybody gained value from this. Brenda Carlton, Carolyn Rodriguez got her person to Mexico City, so I got to meet. I had a great time there. So, guys, we love you. We appreciate you. Thanks for being a part of this community, and we'll see you back tomorrow. Have a great day out there.
Thank you, Coach. Love you guys.
Have a great day, guys.
Everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Love you
Have
guys.
fun. Be safe.
Safe travels.
Thank you.